back, everybody, to another Ram Plays video. Today we are going to do a play, or more of me playing a video, reaction per se, on the new advertisement for the Arora Mk. Now, I haven't seen anything really about this. All I've heard is speculations, and I haven't seen this video yet. I was about to watch it, but then I was like, hey, why not we see it together? I am excited to see it. I think it's going to be modular, like, yeah, modules you can set up and everything, but let's just watch it, and then we'll see if there's any other stuff that I need to look at their channel for. We'll just watch it full itself, and then, we will watch it again, and I'll actually start pausing it and unpausing it to say stuff and all that. If you guys want to watch it before you watch me watch it, I'll link in description along with a couple of others that I'll mention at the end of the video.
It began with an idea, more than curiosity, more than a yearning. It was humanity's extraordinary instinct as a species to look up in search of a brighter future. That created Zeus, and first carried us into space. There were no maps for where we were headed, and there are still none today. Our path is lit, not by certainty, but by boundless possibility. Our desire to learn all we can in this universe we call home, and to carry that knowledge forward, so that each discovery we make inspires the next. And so, as we move onward through great unknowns, ever connected to those wondrous first steps that began our voyage so many years ago, each evolution carries us forth on our infinite adventure to tomorrow. And now, I believe the future is just about ready. Let's take a look, shall we? From the Zeus to the Arora and beyond. Roberts Space Industries, delivering the stars since 2075.
Okay, wow. Let's just go back. That looks a lot like the Scorpius, which, if you all know, looks like,
Discovery we make.
the X-Wing from Star Wars. So this is the Aurora that we currently have. We have different versions of it, but this one... it seems bigger than the last Aurora, no? Looks like you're actually gonna be able to, maybe have a bed in it, maybe like a gladiator sort of thing, like the Mira Gladiator. Looks like that, kind of. And apparently this is gonna be a starter ship. This is gonna be a nice starter ship. I wonder if it's actually gonna be a pretty good fighter, too. I mean, if we look inside of it, which we get a look inside of it right there, if you look inside, it looks like there's actually a place to walk around inside, like the current Aurora, but it looks like there's more space to walk inside, and it definitely looks bigger, at least a little, than the other Aurora. There's actually not much to look at in this video, except I will head back here.
Possibility.
Nice Perseus.
Our desire to learn all.
I got the meteor recently, so I'll probably be doing a review video on that soon if you guys want to see it. If that is a meteor, I can't remember. The meteor and mantis are the same looking, except I think the meteor has a dark paint on the outside.
In this universe we call home. And to carry that knowledge forward, so that each discovery we make inspires the next. And so
that gets to that. So lore-wise of Star Citizen, apparently lore-wise, the Zeus was the first spaceship that we used, at least that got us to Stanton, and from Stanton we spanned it out, because this is like when the game first came out. It's like 900 years into the future or something. But wow, yeah, that's pretty great. Let's see. I've already seen Newsflash. FPS patch 4.7 report. That's about 8 minutes. We can look at that too real quick.
Hey everyone, I'm an NPC called Jared. You're the player character called Nigel Thickness. Let's jump inside Star Citizen and take a quick look at some of what's coming in next week's release of Alpha 4.7. Let's go. Now, the big headline feature in Alpha 4.7 is our new operation, Breaker Stations, also referred to as the artist formerly known as Rockcracker. Currently in testing on the PTU, Breaker Stations invite you to visit these derelict stations, find your way inside, restore operational control in whatever manner you can, clear out some baddies, because there's always some baddies, and then attain your reward, which in this case is a bunch of cool minerals you have to fly inside an asteroid to retrieve. It's the next major content drop for Star Citizen this year, looking to build upon the work from previous operations like Stormbreaker, Onyx Facilities, and Welcome to Nyx, complete with optional paths to success and greater rewards for those who unlock all of its secrets. But these Breaker Stations also come with a unique twist. There are exclusive and contested versions available to all players. The exclusive options will make it easier for dedicated groups of players to tackle the content on their own without too much interference from the universe as a whole. While contested locations will provide a more rambunctious adventure for people who like a little more chaos in their lives. In either case, bring backup. Now additionally, there are even more locations without the rock to crack, dedicated to a variety of sandbox missions that will be unlocking a few weeks after release. So altogether, these Breaker Stations represent an exciting progression in location scale, combined arms combat, industrial opportunities, the ongoing conversation about PvE, PvP, and PvE, and just in general, everyone coming together to either help or hinder one another, depending on which contract and what experience you choose.
All personnel be advised, mining laser sequence activated.
That's not all 4.7 has to offer. The long-fabled inventory improvements are upon us, providing the next evolution of Star Citizen's interface for indexing, interacting, and evoking all the irregular items you intersect with throughout the universe. With new functionalities that affect everything from stacking to displaying inherent quality, and a spiffy new look that should cut down on time looking for the right stuff, it's a major quality of life improvement for the verse that will not just continue to improve beyond 4.7, but set up the foundation for other new features along the way. And one of those other new features include the first iteration of crafting, the next major step forward in allowing citizens to shape and conform the universe as they see fit. What starts with customizing an FPS item to handle and perform the way you'd like is the beginning of a journey throughout this year that will bolster the agency and combine the efforts of all players throughout every aspect of Star Citizen's gameplay. Whether you're the miner who collects raw materials, or the salvager collecting unique components, the refinement specialist producing the highest grade commodities, or the long-haul trucker delivering everything to where it's needed most. The mercenary who hunts for the latest and rarest blueprints, or the combat specialist who serves as both client and protector. The crafting journey that begins here with Alpha 4.7 is an essential element to realizing the living, breathing, interactive universe that we've been building towards, and is one of the most exciting additions to the universe this year. And of course, as with every new system, there's going to be a host of changes along the way. So be sure you check out the new crafting guide that releases alongside Alpha 4.7 with all the latest info. Now, of course, at the beating heart of Star Citizen is its spaceships. And Alpha 4.7 is bringing with it a host of changes and improvements to spaceship gameplay as development pushes towards the eagerly awaited tactical strike groups this spring. And that starts with the next iteration of shield and armor updates. For shields, this means changes to overall health and the effectiveness of energy weapons. For armor, this includes adjusting the minimum damage requirements to make it harder for smaller projectiles to penetrate, as well as creating an evolving progression of what types of weapons to use when in select situations. There's changes to radar and detection systems, where the type of equipment you have and the power assigned to both now directly affect the range things like aim pips and ESP come into play. Updates to missile explosions that mean the explosion radius of external hits become more focused and should no longer damage internal components without first breaching an opening. As well as a pass on many of the doors, ramps, and lifts in ships to improve their durability, because we're about to give people a much bigger reason to target them from now on. And of course, if you've been on PTU the last few weeks, you've already seen how much these values have fluctuated. That's all part of the process of taking advantage of the testing and scale that you provide us. Now, as with all balance-related feature changes, these will continue to be tested and adjusted on PTU after this is aired, and even beyond our live release. So be sure you check out the patch notes for the latest details, and keep the feedback on Spectrum and Issue Council coming. Also in 4.7, there's new factions to encounter, new space stations to explore, new armors to be acquired, expanded salvage contracts, and hey, don't forget, the story of Alpha 4.7 doesn't end with its intended release next week. That's because there are still several point patch content drops between now and Alpha 4.8 in May, including Alpha 4.7.
Point 1. He means 471.
Which is about 2 weeks after that with the newly redesigned Hull B, which we'll reveal in about 2 weeks. Oh, the Grey Cat UTV, which we can show you now. Yay! Hey, little guy. The Captains of Industry promotion, which sees the return of many cargo, mining, salvage vehicles, and more. And then in 472, about 2 weeks after that, that's where Nyx expands once again with a whole host of new missions, including the return of courier and delivery assignments, bombing runs, and those delightful destroy item engagements as they all come into play using the rockless breaker stations that we talked about before. Altogether, the Alpha 4.7 era will deliver new content about every 2 weeks between now and 4.8, which is another way the development team is working to ensure that there's always something new for as many Star Citizens as possible. And before we go, there's one more thing that we can show you coming to Alpha 4.7 next week. Yeah, but we can only do it super quickly, because we're jerks. You could say a new start for spaceflight arrives in Alpha 4.7. Come on back next week to find out more.
Well, now I feel like we should have watched this first. So that was, if you don't know, that was a view that they gave us of the Arora Mk. I saw that clip several times for the speculation videos, but even if you do it frame by frame, look by frame, it's too blurry, and they did that on purpose for you to see any details. But it is very nice. Sorry about that with the mic. It is very nice to see all this update. Thank you guys for watching today. If you think I deserve it, like and subscribe. Link in the description to actually see both of these videos. I will actually have a question that you guys should comment the answer down below. If you play Star Citizen. Do you play Star Citizen? If you do, I do play Star Citizen. I don't play Star Citizen. I want to play Star Citizen. And those are your answer choices. Again, thank you for watching, citizens. Link in the description to join my org. We're gonna start doing events that include us doing all these missions in the Nyx system and more. And I will only start doing these events once I have some people part of the org. That way, there are people that do it, and don't worry, I will record them, or at least most of them, and put them on the YouTube channel. Now, if you're not comfortable with your voice being on the YouTube channel, you can just tell me during the event if I am recording. Even if you don't know if I'm recording, just tell me you're not comfortable with your voice being in the video, and I will see what I can do about that. Then we will also... There are also some systems that I'm implementing on the Discord channel to make things more organized, like roles and ranks and all that. There will be a video coming out soon to teach you how all that works. It's a roleplay org, but it's not completely roleplay, so it's in the sense where we do have ranks and roles, and those people with higher ranks than you can tell you what to do, and you can roleplay if you want while on a mission, but we are not like just the entire thing is roleplay. Don't get us wrong about that. I like roleplay sometimes, but I do want to get the missions done, so you can roleplay all you want on missions. But don't worry, we are not like just doing full out roleplay in the org if you don't like to just roleplay. And you don't even have to roleplay, but you do have to listen to your superiors because they have more experience in the org. We are having events that are coming up in the Discord channel that you don't have to stay a part of the org, but these will teach you how to do certain stuff in Star Citizen if you are a new player. But even if you aren't a new player, you have to go through at least one of these to be able to go on some high stakes or other types of missions that involve these skills. Like each one will have at least a certain amount of points that you need, and lessons will give you a certain amount of points. That way we know you know how to do this certain thing that's part of the mission and all that. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. I'll go over that in that video for the RAM Space Industries. More news flash or breaking news broadcasts in future videos. And more information about RSI or RAM Space Industries. My org will be posted on the channel. Don't forget to look at the post section of my channel if you want some more updates, because I will put stuff in there. Like the post so I know you saw it. If you have any questions, put them in the comment below also, and I will reply to you as soon as I can. But yeah, links in the description to my org and my org's Discord. Feel free to join. I would love to see you guys part of my org. New and experienced players allowed and welcome. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, citizens. I will be getting some more videos out soon. Thank you for watching again, citizens. Ram out.